let's talk about some of the needs that were brought up during these super chats. In your opinion, what are the 3 biggest needs the 49ers need to address? Not necessarily how they are going to address them or who those players are. Again, this is an off-season plan, but it's the rough draft. You don't just come in with your final product, pitch the presentation. We're rough drafting here. So let's just look at some of the needs. What are the 3 biggest needs for the 49ers?
Well, in the season, we need a linebacker, a starting linebacker. We need one. So I'm not going to go with who. You said we're not going to do it, but we need a linebacker. We need a starting linebacker. 2, we need a corner. We need a starting corner. We're like, in my opinion, Charvarius Ward is a very, very good corner, but he's not a number 1 corner, in my opinion. And if we're going to keep him as our number 1, I would like to at least get somebody young on the other side that we can pick up. I wouldn't be mad at a corner in the first round or a second round corner. I wouldn't be mad at that. It's time to just shore that up right now because I feel like we're really close because we got a nickel in Demo. So with Demo arising and with Charvarius on the other side, going to just nip that in the bud right now, that would help us tremendously having that other corner. So linebacker, corner, and for me, I like a true speed element. Like we need a speed element on our offense. I know we were working on Danny Gray, and it just seems as though that that time is coming past, and we're not going to use him. Maybe there's an emergence of him this offseason, but we need like a true speed element. Like we played against the Ravens. Man, Zay Flowers, man, he's electric. Like we need that. We need that scary threat. We played against Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown was electric. Like I just don't feel like we have that electric player on our team that can take the top off, that wherever he's at on the defense, you have to account wherever he's at on the offense, you have to account for him. So I think we need some speed. And another thing is like, we do have like a lot of like yards at the catch, but our guys are getting a little older, man. I think being able to have somebody that could take the top off if BA stays, that would really help BA because that would kind of take him out of that duty as well.
Yeah, I think those are good. I mean, the needs that I wrote down were obviously, we've said it a million times, O-line. we know that is a need. We've seen it all year.
O-line's there. Yeah. We need
time
O-line.
Time to address it. Corner, I agree with you. Corner, they need a starting corner opposite of Ward because Deommodore Lenoir, and this is what's great about Deommodore Lenoir, they can get a corner that is a nickel corner or a true outside corner, and Deommodore Lenoir can fill the missing piece. Do they need him to be the nickel? He can do that. Do they need him to kick back outside? He can do that too. So whatever it is that you feel like, whether it's through the draft or free agency, doesn't matter if it's a nickel corner or a true outside corner. Either way, they can make it work with Deommodore Lenoir, and that's why his flexibility is so crucial to this team. So I agree. They need a corner, and they need a true edge rusher, pure edge rusher outside of Nick Bosa. That's when this team was at its best, was when they had D Ford. But I'm going to throw in a bonus one real quick. What about an electrifying punt returner that can help flip the field for this team every once in a while? That is something that has been missing for a long time from this team, really since the Ted Ginn days that I can think of. So for me, that's the bonus one, right? We said 3. I gave my 3. That's my 4th. But man, if we had an electrifying punt returner, that's a huge advantage for this team.
I feel the same way, Justin. That's really what I mean by like my speed element. We need something else. Like, it's almost like Richie James didn't really pan out for us, right? Emmanuel Sanders came here like 5 years too late. But something along those lines, like we need a speed element guy that can get on the field. He can be used in packages. He doesn't have to be on the field at all times, but one thing that he is doing on a daily basis is he's our punt returner, he's our kick returner, and we just shore that up. We've always, if you think about it, I mean, even when we got BA, we were talking about BA possibly having some returning skills, right? Like we put Debo back there, we put Ray back there, we put Jawan back there, we put DBs back there. I mean, God, Lee, we put everybody back there. And I can't remember Ronnie Bell. Like, I can't think of the last time we had a consistent returner in the second. I mean, on our team. I think maybe the last guy that we had was when Raheem Mostert was here. I think Raheem Mostert was returning kicks at one point, and he was doing a good job for us. But outside of that, we do need a speed guy. We need somebody who's kind of locked in that position. And I would love for it to be a pick. You can find all types of speed in today's game anywhere. Like, love for it to be a pick. But as far as linebacker, I honestly believe that what we need at linebacker, there's really only one name. That, it's Azeez. We got to write that wrong. And then pay him what he's worth too. Give him $14 million. Pay him. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm sitting here looking at the guys that we're paying, like, and like, I'm looking over here at Sport Track right now. Like, next year, Trent Williams is going to make $31 million. It's hilarious to me when it's like, thank God Trent's coming back. I'm like, yeah, no shit. He's about to make a $31 million next year. You think he's going to, you know what I mean? You think he's going to have a change of heart? Like, man, I wonder if I really want to play next year. Like, no, he's going to get that money. You know what I'm saying? Debo Samuel is due to make 28.6, like we said. Eric Armstead is due to make 28.3. Like, is he really worth that 28.3? Eric Armstead is another dangling guy out there where you're saying, like, hey, if I'm sitting here trying to, like, look, you had the boy at the NFC Championship game, and he ain't even on the team no more. He was down on the sidelines with the linebackers. Like, y'all get together and get your Cabo money together. Like, go with one less bungalow this year and get Azeez his money. Like, you can get $14 million, pay him what he's worth. And the truth of the matter is that he was kind of like a cap casualty in a sense, because we doubled that. It's like, this is what kills me. So last year when we lost the NFC Championship game, it was Tyler Kroft, right? It was Tyler Kroft that messed it all up, right? So he was the scapegoat. This year, it's Spencer Burford, the 5th round pick. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, pay the players that should not. We shouldn't have let go of DJ Jones. Like, it's like evident. I don't understand why is it so clear to us from 10,000 miles away, and they can't see it right in front of their faces. Like, they should have never let Azeez walk. So I don't care what he wants. They should pay him. They got to get him in, because whatever you're going to bring in, that's literally the only player that I can see right now that we could bring in, and it could be a lateral movement from Dre to Azeez. Anybody else, expect a drop. Whatever we do at linebacker, if it's a rookie, if it's a draft pick, if it's a high draft pick, if it's a free agent, whatever. If it's not Azeez, you can bet your bottom dollar on it. It's not gonna look the same.